Controlling your own frustrations is a key to managing meltdowns. Hey, I want to share something with you about frustrations, but let me give you a little bit of background first. I'm the parent to 3 boys on the autism spectrum. 2 of the boys on the severe end of the spectrum. One engages in serious self-injurious behaviors and the other's pretty aggressive. I have a master's degree in conflict management. I am a former senior level crisis prevention instructor, used to be a behavior analyst, and I want to share with you a couple of things that have to do about managing your own frustrations. You know, we must first be able to do for ourselves what it is that we want to do for our kids, especially as it relates to meltdowns. We want them to learn how to control their emotions better. Well, we have to be able to do that first as parents of kids with special needs in order to be able to do it more effectively for them. And it gets hard, especially if you have kids who enter into meltdown modes on a regular basis. It can be pretty exhausting. Hey, so I think that the ability to control our own frustrations is related to how well that we do the following 3 things. Number 1 is to have a perspective that says that we expect challenging behaviors from our children as a normal part of their development. See, the opposite of that is to expect perfection out of your kids. And when your kids aren't perfect, when they get upset at little things, it blows apart your idea about them having perfect behaviors and then leads to increased levels of frustration on your part. Now, you don't have to like meltdowns and you don't have to appreciate when your child goes into meltdown mode. But what I'm saying is that if you can have an expectation that for now, meltdowns are going to be part of your child's developmental process, you'll be more prepared for when they happen emotionally. And what that will allow you to do is, because of that expectation, is to respond to it in a more level-headed manner and thus increase your odds of possibly preventing it. Number 2 is this: don't see your own child's actions or negative behaviors as a threat to your own competence. As parents, it's easy to take their behaviors towards us personally. You know, when I was a crisis prevention instructor, we had the word Qtip that we used to remind each other of, and it simply means this: quit taking it personally. Because when you take it personally, what happens is it increases your frustration levels. When you see your child's behaviors as something that they're specifically doing to agitate you, you in turn will become agitated and frustrated and respond to them out of that. And remember, with social reciprocity, those kind of behaviors and attitudes that are associated with your frustration is going to increase the odds that that's how your child will respond back to you. So you want to quit taking it personally and just realize that a lot of your child's behaviors are related to their diagnosis. Perhaps they have difficulties in perspective taking or problem solving. These could be reasons why they engage in meltdowns more easily. So quit taking it personally. Q-tip. The third item is to have a perspective that says this: that you understand that meltdown behaviors are a temporary situation until you discover a better way to prevent or minimize them. Because on the flip side of that coin, you could see meltdowns as an unending problem that you will have the rest of your life. And when you have that perspective, it increases your frustration levels exponentially. So have a perspective that says this: the meltdown behaviors are temporary. Yes, they're unwanted, but they're temporary because at some point you'll figure out a solution how to turn it around. And so here are the 3 things that you can do to help control your frustration so that you respond to your child in a manner that's more productive. Number 1, expect challenging behaviors as a normal part of your child's development. Number 2, don't take their behaviors personally. And number 3, see meltdowns or challenging behaviors as something that's temporary until you find a solution to prevent them or to minimize them. Hey, listen, thank you for everything that you do. As a parent to a child with special needs, especially kids that have meltdowns, it's not easy. I get that. I live that life. And, most days I handle it well. There's days where I can become extremely frustrated. It's typically when I violate one of the 3 things or possibly all 3 of the things that I just mentioned to you. But you can do better. Hey, listen, if you have any comments or questions, leave them in the section below. And while you're at it, subscribe to our YouTube channel.